reason we came back was to do the capital reappropriation. Obviously, something that everybody across the state was concerned with, jeopardizing the shutdown of road projects especially, but construction projects across the state. So that we got that job done. So the capital reapprop is completed. We took up some other measures. I think maybe most notably would be that the General Assembly members will be taking furlough days as well as the constitutional officers, and then freezing the COLAs and so on and so forth, which is, in the big picture as far as trying to balance this budget, it's small, but the principle behind it, of course, we've done this. This is the third year that we've done this, so members of the General Assembly will be taking pay decreases as a result of that, and I think it sends a message that we're all trying to come up with contributing towards trying to get our fiscal house in order.
How much worry was there really that the construction would ever stop?
I tell you what, I think it was very genuine. I think it was very real, and the reason being is that I talked to Secretary, and I probably am focusing more on the road side of it because I have a very large rural district with lots of roads in it, and of course that makes up a big part of the capital construction program. But I talked to Secretary Hannig about this on a number of occasions over the last couple of weeks, and they probably could have kept some projects going. There's no question about that, but not to the extent of starting new projects and getting new projects that have been in the works for a long time. We simply didn't have, it was going to be very difficult to go out and ask a contractor to either bid on a project and or ask for bids on a project and or to start a construction project if we didn't know that when we could come back and actually fund the paying of those projects. So we might have come back in the fall veto session and taken care of it, but we might not have. We might have come back in January and taken care of it, but we might not have. So it had that uncertainty there, and I think it was a very, very real, I'm not going to call it a threat. I think it was just a very real concern.
What's the average folks in Quincy, Adams County, Western Illinois? It's a minor pay cut, small pay cut, but how should they view this?
It's a shared sacrifice is the way I would look at it. Most of the state agencies saw reductions in their budgets, whether it was 5 or 10%. That was kind of about the average on it. So they have had to make some sacrifices. And when you talk about those agencies, then the businesses that they do business with out in my Senate district and other Senate districts across the state, those agencies are receiving less money. So they've had to cut back either salary, postponing salary increases or, certainly providing services. So, by the General Assembly members taking a pay reduction, we are sharing in that sacrifice. In other words, we're making sacrifices as well. It's perhaps a small gesture when you're talking about the budget, the overall budget for the state of Illinois. It's a small percentage, but it's still, it's still meaningful, certainly meaningful to members of the General Assembly. And as I said earlier, this is the third year that we've done it. So, it's probably over the 3 years, we're talking about $10,000 for a member of the General Assembly. That's a significant pay cut.